Hey everyone, episode 29. We're coming to the end of this chapter now. We're at the Sunjiang district, which is kind of here in the city. It's an outpost we kind of walked past, but we couldn't have access to. You remember when we were walking down here, or you might remember, I pointed out a gate that I said was locked, and eventually we'd be able to go there, but not for a while. This is it. Shiro is here. He's in the city, he's in the Undercity, and he's mobilizing loads and loads of troops. We've established this kind of safe zone, I guess you could say, out here, and we're going to try and assault him. So we're actually going to take the fight to Shiro with both the urn and the spear. So Royal Guard Kazuya says, "We have reinforced this area, but I do not know how long we can hold out against this onslaught. With each body we can buy you a chance to stop Shiro. I'm starting to think the stench down here is never going to leave my nostrils." Okay, thank you. So what do you have to say about the mission? This plague has transformed Cantha into a hideous landscape. Many of her people fear leaving their homes, yet it is not safe to stay there either. The newly forged peace between the Kurziks and Luxons will hopefully alleviate their concerns and bring them to arms. What is happening in there? Shiro is performing the final ritual to bring his spirit army into Cantha. He has opened massive rifts to the spirit realm that must be sealed. The coming fight with Shiro will be difficult, but your acquisition of the urn and the spear will even the odds. Hopefully, at least. Let's read our journal for the previous mission. Oh, also, between this episode and the previous one, I went off and got myself a load of lunar fortunes from the Year of the Rabbit, like I said I was going to in that bonus episode if you watched it. So we should be able. I'm just going to be using a few of these. We might get lucky and get a rabbit, probably not, but at least this will boost our stats to level 17, or you know, just higher. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, read the journal. Shiro's return. So let's look at the 5th page, 5th out of 11, the Perilous seabed. Shortly after our success in Arborstone, Master Togo returned with news of a tournament that could put the Spear of Archimeros in our hands. We left immediately for Perilous seabed, where the Luxon clans had gathered for the great convocation. Eldoria presided over each round of the tournament. These were some of the toughest fights of my life, but in the end I defeated the opposing clans and claimed the honour of slaying Zu Hanuku with the Spear of Archimeros. We then battled the great Kraken, and I marvelled at the destructive power of the ancient spear. Our celebrations were short-lived though. Menno returned with word of a massive afflicted army marching on Kaineng City. With our prizes safely in hand, we ran back to help turn the tide of battle. Okay, and we were just talking about my stats. Now is probably as good a time as any to salvage off some of these. Actually no, I won't salvage them off. Let's just go back to Kaineng and let's buy a couple of minor runes to go over those ones we've already got. So let's get, oh no, not Mesmer. I'm so used to clicking Mesmer. Assassin. So let's change our critical to minor actually, what are my stats at the moment? 10. Yeah, we'll change that to minor, and we'll change the deadly arts to minor as well. That'll boost my health significantly. I know these still aren't optimum before anybody decides to say, but it really is my view that, you know, you don't have to do everything as perfectly as you possibly can. I mean, if you can get through without too much trouble, then you might as well just go and do whatever you find the most fun. That's just my view anyway. And this is coming from someone who's done a hell of a lot of farming and crap on this game. Anyway, the Sunjiang district. Once a business district, this area was converted into living quarters after the Jade Wind obliterated much of the countryside. As flocks of refugees made their way into Kaineng City, the Celestial Ministry sent them to Sunjiang district, where they were assigned to a street block and allowed to build a 10-foot by 10-foot living space. Wow. So ages ago I talked about what was it, Kaohsiung, the walled city in China in real life, and I think that's quite a good example of how this Kaineng city kind of got its inspiration from there, because those are kind of the living quarters that everyone had to live in that real city. You can just imagine how cramped it was. Anyway, what henchmen do we have to choose from? We got the Tyrian team over here. Who do I want to go with? The Tyrian or the... Alright, we saw enough of those Tyrian guys before. Let's go with the Canthan team again. And just like in Tanakai Temple, if I screw up here, then we can always mix and match. Okay, I believe that's everything. Let's get in there. Okay, I also just realised I hadn't adjusted my attributes for a while, so I've changed those around. Alright, here we are with Suru. And you can see both the urn and the spear are here. This probably would have been a good episode to have done with both Peter and Tom, because then one of us could have grabbed the urn and the other could have grabbed the spear. You don't actually need those to complete the mission, which I think is quite funny since this whole chapter has been about acquiring those, but because they require me to carry stuff and I won't really be able to fight effectively without dropping them all the time, I'm going to leave them. Togo says, I believe that Shiro has created spirit rifts, openings into the spirit realm, and he is using these to bring in more of his foul supporters. We must destroy Shiro's constructs and his spirits to keep him from gaining more power. We must be extremely cautious. There are countless environmental hazards down here. I will try to point out any dangers as we near them, but nevertheless, you must remain vigilant at all times. And I think I missed the animation, but this bridge comes down, which is pretty cool. And it's very loud here. I don't know how clearly you can hear me, but yes, the water is running, and you can see that all that lovely sewerage flowing down there. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so you don't even really need the urn and the spear, which is kind of weird, but there you go, that's just the way it happens. Oh yay, we got some gold armor. Let's see what it is, let's identify it. Nothing we can really use. We can sell the rune for a reasonable amount of money though, so we'll hold on to the rune at the very least. Okay, let's keep going. Togo says, look, they're on the ground. Those are flame fissures. Use caution when approaching them. They flare up without warning and set anything nearby on fire. So you might see this fire here and actually recognise it from the previous series. It looks like they've reused some of the architecture that they used in the Masart strongholds. I doubt that actually has any lore relevance, but yeah, that's just, if you notice, that is just an interesting thing to note. So it says added, destroy the spirit rifts to remove Shiro's protective shield. Togo says, it looks as if these spirit rifts are summoning something. Yes, I was correct. We must destroy it before a spirit warrior is torn from the spirit world and sent here. Okay, so these are actually summoning the Shiroken. He's bringing the spirits from the mists and binding them to these bodies, the spirit binders, and they're becoming the Shiroken. And we destroy this spirit of portals here, and you'll see the portal will disappear and take out the beam with it. So we've got 3 left, and if you look up, I believe... Oh, Togo says, I doubt Shiro would be so careless as to create only 1 spirit rift. There must be more. Come, let us find the other rifts and locate Shiro. So yeah, if you look up, you can see that you can follow the beams. If you don't have a map for this mission, it's easy just to look up and you can see where all of them are. Shiro says, no one can stop me, let alone you puny mortals. Yeah, well, we're sure as hell going to try. So there's Shiro. This is the big bit in the middle. Look, Shiro is just up ahead. He has some type of shield protecting him. We must destroy it before we can engage him. And if you do try and engage him early, you might as well do it. And if you try and kill him, if I'm right, there should be other rifts east, west, and north of here. We must search the area and destroy them as quickly as possible. So yeah, it says you cannot attack. He's invulnerable, and we have to take out all of the portals first. So yeah, I believe the next place we want to go to is... Okay, here we go. I got a little bit lost there, and it spent ages wandering around, and then I just decided to restart the mission, so yeah. Okay, so if I'm right, there should be spirit rifts east, west, and north of here. We must search the area and destroy them as quickly as possible. So I believe there's one up here on the right, and then you go down there, and there's one on the left. Those panels over there might be hiding stalagmite spikes. Avoid walking over them if you can. The spikes can spring upward at an enemy and cripple you at any time and cripple you. And I just got destroyed by a ray of judgment. Now these spike traps are very loud, I do warn you all. Well, they sound loud on my screen. They might not sound so loud in the video, because volumes can sometimes be a little bit off like that, but yeah. Anyway, the quicker we kill these guys, the better, because these shuriken, you can see a shuriken rangers come out now. And they're going to keep pouring out until we can take out the spirit. Okay, that's 2 down. No one can stop me, let alone you puny mortals. And yeah, there's the lovely spike sound. They actually look lethal. But yeah. And we don't actually have to fight those guys at the back, so if we can avoid them, then I certainly will. Okay, so you can see there's two more. One of the beams is coming through here. Ah, there it is, I can see it already. And one of them's going all the way over there. I believe we can walk through sort of this sewerage area, this flooded section, and that will take us to both, so... Okay, this one's spewing out Shiroken necromancers, and as you kids, Togo says that water looks befouled. I believe it will poison any who touch it. Avoid it if you're able. And as you can see, I did get poisoned when I went through it, so it's a good idea to try and stick to land where you can. But I'm not sure what exactly the developers were thinking when they made this, because really you have to go through the sewage, so there's not much you can do about it. But yeah, it's a bit like the water in pre-searing. You might remember one of the first quests I ever did was protecting a monk in the catacombs through the flooded portions of the catacombs, and yeah, that was basically exactly the same as this. I wonder if we'll see poison water in Guild Wars 2 again, because of course now we can swim, so that might be an interesting thing to see. So here you can see I'm just trying to run out as quickly as I possibly can. And here's the last spirit port. Oh no, hold on. Alright, looks like we're just nipping past here then, going up through that gate. Don't mind our Shiro. Oh look, Talon's having a go at him. Talon, you can't fight him, he's invulnerable, come with me. Oh, I've gone the wrong way. I know I've gone the wrong way. Is it up here? No! Alright, it's back up here. Oh, I see, it's up that ramp. My bad. Okay, here we go. There are many perils here in the sewers. For example, those vents you see on the platforms can daze you if you get too close. Stay away from them if you can. Togo says, quickly now, we must destroy this spirit rift before it brings in another of Shiro's deadly spirit warriors. Alright, so here we go, this is the last one. Got to try and take out the afflicted first. The ritualists really freak me out. It's just that face that they seem to have on their belly. Really freaks me out. At least everyone else has got a head where it's meant to be. Okay, here we go. Last spirit. I think if we can just take out the spirit quickly, it will actually just trigger a cutscene for us. And we don't have to kill everyone here. Could be wrong, but I think that's how I remember it. Okay, that's all of them down. Shiro's defenses have been removed. Holy crap. Togo says, good work. Now that we've destroyed the spirit rifts, we can engage Shiro and, God's willing, destroy him once and for all. Follow me. Okay, so this is it. This is the big showdown, everyone. Looks like we did have to kill all of those guys. Here we go, let's do it. Lead the way, Togo. Okay, so he looks like he's got 4 really powerful Shiroken here with him. You can tell they're powerful because they got the boss auras. Oh shit, and he's locked us in. And all of the gates are shut in. Wonderful. No choice now. Either kill him or be killed. And that there is him actually going inside one of the constructs. He's just gone inside the assassin's construct. These bosses are actually really quite difficult. You can see what I did there by moving my guys into the corner. This is actually quite good. We get to kill the assassin's construct. This is the one that Shiro's in, and his spirit will fly out after we've killed him. I cannot believe I've witnessed such a foul act. Shiro has just inhabited another physical creature. He is controlling its actions. Let's capture whatever skills that guy had. Hey, we got a new skill. An elite offhand attack. Must follow a lead attack. It dazes and blinds the enemy. I didn't really have any plans to use that, but we might use it. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is quite a difficult boss fight, to be honest, because of all of the constructs. A lot of people, when the game first came out, they used to wipe here. Right at the end of the mission, so we'll just try and lure a couple of them Alright, all three of them want to fight us. Never mind, let's just take them out. So there's the Ritualists, the Mesmers, and the Necromancer's Construct. Now you can find there's 8 potential bosses. You get 4 will randomly spawn, but you could get 1 from any of the professions. And 6 of those 8 all appear right here. If you come back here as the explorable area after this mission, you can come and you can meet 6 of the bosses whenever you want. And the other 2, the only 2 that aren't there, one is the Ritualist Construct and one is the Assassin's one. And the Ritualist one you can find deep in the Echo Vowed Forest, and the Assassin's one you can find deep in the Jade Sea. Which is really pretty cool. They're not too difficult though these days, and there we go. So I took my time on that really, and we still got Master's Reward. 13 minutes, 45 seconds. I believe 15 minutes is for Masters. So we had plenty of time left.
Is he
gone? I do not know. The Spear of Archimoris and the Urn of St. Victor were destroyed. Let us hope Shiro was as well.
He has left this place, but he is not gone. You have dealt Shiro a great blow, but he will return.
Then we must prepare.
But how?
Seek out the Kurziks and the Luxons. Together, their combined might will help you topple Shiro once and for all. You must convince them to do so once again. It is the only way to defeat Shiro.
What if the two sides are just too far apart? What if we can't do it?
Then Shiro will win, and the universe will spiral out of balance.
I suggest we split up. I will go speak with the Luxons. Menlo, you must talk with the Kurziks. They respect you.
What should I do?
You too must choose a side. Win the trust of either the Kurziks or the Luxons, and help us bring them together to combat Shiro. With a day's worth of heavy prayers and a little luck, perhaps they will listen to reason.
We will be watching your progress.
Let's hope they do more than just watch.
Alright, okay. I think
What
there's
do
an
you
extra
see?
bit, yes.
I must know. Tell me what will happen.
I see the Emperor.
The Emperor? What is he doing?
The Emperor. Ah! He is going to kill you.
No. No. You must be wrong.
I am never wrong. The Emperor fears your great power, and he will kill you for it.
No. You lie.
Holy crap, he killed her.
Heed my words. It will happen at Quan Jun Temple. Beware the harvest ceremony. You must make the choice. Him or you.
Okay, now he killed her. Oh shit.
What have I done?
Okay, so she is kind of the person that we of course know what happens after that. He ends up killing the Emperor. He listens to the fortune teller. So yeah, we're actually about to start a new chapter. We're technically on the new chapter now, but I'll wait for the next episode to do the splash screen. And I'm going to take a minute now to bitch about why I don't like the plot of factions. You see what just happened there? We spent the entire, last 3 missions? Vizu told us that the spear and the urn would be the way we could beat Shiro. And then we kind of do that mission, and we do beat him, but then they just turn around and say, no, the urn doesn't do anything, the spear doesn't do anything, you have to unite the Kurziks and the Luxons. They don't even give us a substantial reason as to why we have to unite them, and they just completely get rid of the urn and the spear, and that, it just feels a bit to me like a big middle finger to anyone who's been paying attention in these last 3 missions. What we've done here was completely useless. Vizu was wrong, and it's got us no closer to our goal. Really, they could have just said up in the Tanakai Temple mission, sorry, they could have just said, oh yeah, you need to bring the Kurziks and Luxons together. These last few missions were really, if you think about it, just there to pad out the campaign. And that is really a big reason why I don't really favour the plot of this game over the other ones. I much prefer Prophecies and Nightfall. Prophecies has you changing directions a lot, kind of like what we just had here. But at least it makes sense and they substantiate what they're doing. With this, they've literally just given us a few missions and then said, no, that was completely useless. You don't have to worry about it. So yeah, that always kind of pissed me off a little bit. But there you go. Overall, other than that, I think the rest of the plot's pretty good. But yeah, so now we get to decide. This is the point, guys, where we pick whether we want to be Luxon or whether we want to be Kurzik. Now, Togo goes with the Luxons, and since Tom has got a bit of a history with Togo, I'm going to take him off with the Luxons, and Peter is going to also come, and he's going to decide to go with the Kurziks. He's going to travel with Menlo. So yeah, let's speak to Jamai. Menlo and I were in school together. We were best friends, inseparable really. We've heard that already. So let's read about the journey to Cavalon. We can only do one or the other of these. Master Togo wanted me to give you some special instructions before you visit the Luxons. You must know that the Luxons respect strength above all else. If you wish to align yourself with them, I suggest you remember this fact. Speak to Elder Rhea first. She has a great deal of influence with all of the clans, and might be sympathetic to our cause. You should be able to find her in Cavalon. To get there, speak with Watchman Benkis at the Zos Shivros channel. Okay, I'll seek out Elder Rhea. Okay, so now we can come back to the Zos Shivros. And there was a gate here that took us further. We never actually got to see Cavalon. And now we're going to be able to go through. So where is the guy? Ah, here he is, Watchman Benkis. Don't be scared. Old Clampy, old Pinchy up there won't hurt you. Is there something I can do for you? What he's talking about there are these two. I noticed when I was looking at the episode before and kind of regretting I wasn't talking about it. These two huge turtles, and look at them. They do sort of open their mouths and move around, and I was talking to, I think, one of the collectors, and in the background you can just see this guy wobbling around and opening his big mouth. So yeah, there we go. Hello. So yeah, I love this aspect of the Luxons. They're giant turtles. It's absolutely brilliant. That's what he's talking about there. So, journey to Cavalon. You and Master Togo wish to become Luxons, do you? Well, I suggest that you consult Elder Rhea on the matter. Let me know when you are ready to go to Cavalon, and I will have old Clampy and Pinchy here get out of the way. Let's go. Okay, so this is going to take us to the capital. Okay, so here we are on Peter. Journey to House Zuheltzer. Master Togo wanted me to give you special instructions before you visit the Kurziks. You should know that above all else, the Kurziks respect innovation and creation. Additionally, everything the Kurziks do must first be approved by the Council of Nobles. I suggest you use diplomacy and show respect to the Kurzik nobles. Speak with Count Zuheltzer in House Zuheltzer first. He has a great deal of influence with the other nobles and might be sympathetic to our cause. To find him, speak with Guardsman Aldrich in the Ultram Ruins. This will allow you access to the house. So, and this time we're coming to the Ultram Ruins. And the NPC for this place is quite a cool guy. He's a Juggernaut, which I think is a really cool concept. Where is he though? Here he is. He's just behind Headmaster Amara. And yeah, he looks badass. You've got to agree. Let's speak to him. He's absolutely huge. Don't be scared. I might look a little off-putting, but I'm really quite friendly. Well, to Kurziks anyhow. I used to be human like you, but I sacrificed my flesh to become an immortal defender of the forest. Since then, I've been assigned to guard House Zuheltzer against Luxon raiders and spies. I can't say it's all that interesting, but then again, it's not like I have much else to do. Is there something you'd like to discuss? So yeah, these are the Juggernauts. These guys are absolutely awesome. We'll learn about them as we go through. Journey to House Zuheltzer. Let me get this straight. You and Menlo want to become Kurziks. Count Zuheltzer will want to hear of this immediately. Let me know when you're ready to enter the house. Let's go. And I'll enter this, and then I think I'll close the episode there. I will see you guys next time. for the next chapter and our adventures in the Jade Sea and the Echo Vowed Forest. See you later, everyone.